It's Thursday, June 13th, and welcome to Around the Table. I'm your host, Matt Fudakawa, and I'm here to introduce the rest of today's panel.
Ashton Law,
James Birtle,
Bob Barker. Do you have a brother?
Yes, he does.
Little? How old is he?
17?
Is his name Jacob?
No.
Okay, never mind.
All right, and I can't. Well, we're off to a great start, and behind the camera is our producer Jordan Potter, who may pop in from time to time,
Or kick the tripod.
or quick the tripod, or sneeze, or laugh, depending on how we're doing. So let's
Or
get
cry.
started, or cry. Let's get started with your actual name, please.
Lauren Hartman.
Thank you.
The one and only.
The one and only.
Literally.
not metaphorically.
So let's talk about movies. What have you seen? What are you looking forward to seeing this summer? What's coming out that's really got your attention? James, I understand The Great Gatsby.
Oh yeah, that was a great filming style. That, I mean, I didn't read the book, but
Okay.
it feels like a really deep book, although it's like this thick. But the filming style, I can tell that it was trying to express something in the book that no other director has, in my opinion.
Who directed it?
I don't know.
Okay.
I'm just gonna say though, I have no hope for that movie. I hated the book in high school, and I'm pretty sure every other sensible being my age will agree that it's for an older audience.
Directed by Baz Luhrmann,
And who
I was
stars
supposed
in
to
it?
guess that.
Leonardo DiCaprio,
Yeah, he won't win another
Joel
Oscar.
Edgerton, Tobey Maguire, and Carey Mulligan.
That's a movie I've still yet to see. I'm kind of.
It's like settings in the 1920 era,
Mhm.
except with music that was produced at least in 2010.
Okay.
With big parties and stuff, and it's pretty wild.
Interesting. Anyone else?
More movies you're talking about?
Yeah. What are you looking for? Anyone looking forward to Superman?
No.
Okay.
I'm looking forward to Nickelback, the live experience.
Wow.
Yeah. It's directed by J.J. Abrams.
Now with even more lens flare.
Yeah, no. What about that movie that is about the end of the world and they're at this house party and the apocalypse starts?
I don't know about this. What's this one you're talking about?
It has the guy from The Neighborhood Watch.
Okay.
And literally it starts
One
out, the
guy.
hole opens up in the front yard and the guy's like in the hole. He's
The
like,
guy.
no, it's too late for you.
The hole.
You're already in the hole. You're already in the hole.
Wait,
Like,
which
just-
hole?
like
So
this
it's a
giant
combination of
apocalypse
the-
hole like it happens in the front yard.
Okay, an apocalypse hole.
it's
Explain what that
In
is.
the world, it's in the world kind of movies. Like in the world, it's like comedy.
So it's like a
Okay.
combination of the 300 and then that movie about a year ago with like
The Hole.
the insane party that like was like an entire
Project
neighborhood.
X?
Yeah, Project X. It's Project X and the 300.
Best party ever.
The hole.
This is Sparta.
Spartans? I mean,
I mean,
Okay, here's one I'm excited about. Pacific Rim. Anybody? Guillermo del Toro. Giant robots. The voice of Gladys.
I've
Yeah.
heard of this one.
there will
What?
be-
How have you not heard of Pacific Rim?
I thought I would see a
I
TV
haven't
advertisement.
Okay.
That's what I usually look for in movies.
Okay.
I
There
just-
has
I
been
just
some.
look for
There's
the
I haven't
soundtrack.
seen
some good ones.
I love
Alright,
Man
it's
of
got,
Steel 'cause of the soundtrack.
Ellen, I don't remember what her last name is, and I'm not going to look it up.
Zimmerman.
That
JK,
is
dude.
not it. Is the voice of Gladys from Portal. And director Guillermo del Toro is
Oh, I know
a
what you're
huge
talking about.
Portal fan.
Okay.
And so he went to Valve and said, hey, I
Yeah.
want to use this voice in my movies.
Yeah.
And apparently, from what I understand, in the trailers, they perfectly replicated GLaDOS. And in the movie, it's not going to. It's just going to be similar.
Oh. Okay.
But they said it'll be similar enough that you'll be able to tell. But like when you're watching the trailer, I heard the voice. I'm like, that was GLaDOS. That was GLaDOS.
There will be cake.
Yes. But giant robots and giant monsters battling it out.
Will there be explosions?
There will be massive explosions.
Is it filmed in Japan?
No.
Okay,
I
first
saw the
change of
trailer.
scenery.
I saw the trailer, and I got the feeling that that's what I wanted Transformers to look like.
Yes,
Although
yes.
Transformers turned into like a comedy almost, but that Pacific Rim,
It
like,
looks epic.
yeah, that's what I wanted Transformers since my childhood, seeing the cartoons and stuff. That's what I wanted the Transformers to feel like.
Dude,
So
Transformers
serious,
cartoons have been
so
around
big.
so long.
Yeah.
Because they were in my childhood. Which, we're not going to talk about that, but let's just say my childhood way further back than James's childhood.
And they were also in childhoods of before.
Your childhood.
Not really. No, my childhood was pretty much the start of Transformers.
In the hood.
In the hood.
In the glue.
I gotta say though that my favorite part about the Pacific Rim trailer is that one guy going, "Today we are canceling the apocalypse." Like, I don't care how bad this movie is, I'm going to watch it for that scene.
Yes.
So you don't know anything about Pacific Rim? Seriously?
I haven't seen the commercial for it yet.
He knows the title, I think.
Oh yeah, Lauren.
I know the title as well.
Okay. No, the new trailer. It's got this guy picking up a giant cargo liner and then using it as a sword.
Yes! It's so
Bloody
freaking
God.
awesome. Transformers should have made everything in our world just seem so freaking small. But at the same time, operated by a human being. That is what Transformers is supposed to freaking be, man.
All right. Anyone World War Z?
Yes.
Jordan wanted me to talk about this. I
Brad Pitt.
am personally sick of anything zombie related, and I'll rant a little later. But
Well,
let's talk about World War Z.
For yesterday, I saw Warm Bodies. And let me tell you,
Wait, is that the zombie love?
it's a
story?
zombie love movie, and my
That's it,
heart was out in that regard. But so after that, I'm lovey zombie mode. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it. It looks a bit more serious, obviously, than most.
Mhm.
And I remember Zombieland was the first, I think the best, not the first, sorry, the best zombie movie I've ever seen. And I think I was ready for a change from comedy to actually serious again.
Because Zombieland was a little of both, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was a little bit, but definitely more comedy. You had a guy
Oh, yeah.
who also started in the Social Network. He just did everything he said was a joke, and then Woody Harrelson is always a laugh. And before that, we always had Shaun the Dead. You've had
We're showing the sheep.
Shaun the Sheep, exactly. And then obviously with the one I saw, Warm
Walking
Bodies, that was also a comedy romance with a little bit of action then. And I'm just ready for an action one to come out with zombies now.
Now,
The Walking
have you guys... Walking Dead?
Except not The Walking Dead, because
Go Team Red.
he leaves the house and then something
Did
happens
you say
and
Go
he
Team
leaves the
Red?
house.
Yeah.
Okay, that's all. That's The Walking Dead in a nutshell.
So have any of you read the War Z book?
I have not. I don't read.
I have. Tag in from our producer because I
I
know he
can't
has.
read.
Jordan gave it to me to read, and it's sitting on my counter.
Yeah, I read the book.
What is this?
I went on a road trip down to North Carolina recently and listened to it, and when I wasn't driving, I followed along on the book itself with our friend Jed, who will probably be airing on one of these eventually. But yeah, it was really good. It was not what you would expect from a zombie book, though, because it wasn't like a straight story following a single character. It was... How it was structured was one guy going around interviewing survivors of the apocalypse, because it takes place after the zombie plague happened, and they've all been eradicated. Just all the different people who survived telling their stories about it, and it was very, very good.
So in the actual movie, who is Brad Pitt playing?
In the book?
In the book, yeah.
No one.
No.
The movie and the
I'm-
book have like nothing to do with each
They
other.
just
That's
they
cool.
just put his name onto the.
It's because I'm the only thing that I know about
That
that
copy
movie
paste.
is that
Yeah.
there are going to be teenage girls that are going to see that movie just because they want to see Brad Pitt's face again, and I'm not looking forward to that, and that's
No.
why I'm not going to go see that movie.
But I actually am looking forward to the movie because
Okay.
how it's supposed to go is, while there's no direct ties to any characters in the book, he flies through all of the scenarios that happen in the book. Like everything, all the war events that you heard in the book
Okay.
or saw in the book, depending if you listened or read it, are there. It's just Brad Pitt going through them as a
Okay.
separate
As a-
character,
as
not
a
tied to the
character,
book.
yeah.
Yeah. So I think it's going to be pretty interesting, but that's just me.
So what about World War Y? World War X.
The War of Algebra.
What about freaking
The
World War
Algebra
Three?
War?
We're still on World War Two, guys. What the frick?
And how do you go from like numbers to letters? Like
Number-
what? Do you get
numbers.
3,
You
4,
run out
5?
of numbers.
But you can't run out of numbers.
It's like an Excel spreadsheet, just like A3, 4, 29,
I guess.
World War Z 123A subtitle 1.6.
Do you guys remember when...
The version 2.
Version
Yeah, version
I don't remember that,
10.3.4.06.
Alright, I'm tagging out with Matt.
Alright, So back to the subject of zombies.
That's bad.
I am back.
The man.
I heart zombies.
I am okay. I'm glad you like them. I am so sick of zombie games
Zombie girls, hit me up.
because they're gonna eat your brains.
No.
Ashley
Maybe.
doesn't have any brains. That's why he likes them.
Wow.
Zing.
Sword here.
He's hungry for it.
So, but in all seriousness, I am literally just sick of all the zombie. I just pulled up a list of zombie games, and I'm just gonna do.
Just don't say Dead Island, because Dead Island was terrible.
Dead Island.
It was a terrible game.
Dead Island,
Don't play that
Riptide.
game. No, don't play that game. It's just terrible. I'm like, crowbar, wooden paddle.
Let me just.
Oh, another crowbar. Wow. Oh, God, another wooden paddle.
Let me just do the last.
Oh,
few
no,
games.
it's a broken wooden paddle. Oh, still got to use it.
Well, still.
Zombie Island, the
If you're gonna-
paddle hitting simulator.
Yeah, really. I mean, what? You found like 3 guns the entire time and you ran out of bullets in 20 seconds. Okay.
All right,
That makes sense.
That list.
Although,
is
still,
not
if you're gonna
accurate.
fight zombies, like a crowbar, like forget a gun.
And I
where
guess
you're like,
realistically,
"Oh,
you're not going to
dead."
find guns like you would in Left 4 Dead 2. They don't just lie on the ground in a sewer somewhere.
Just a
I
pile.
mean, I have a pile of ammo waiting for you. And it's not going to be like that. Unless you live like on Quantico, you know.
Well, if
Power
you
to
live on
you.
Quantico,
In
the
the
zombies are going to be
ammunition.
walking around with guns.
Yeah, exactly. Great. Fantastic.
I'm gonna start from January of last year, 2012. So these are all the zombie games from January of last year. Zombies on Phone.
What zombies on the phone?
I have no idea. It was an Xbox Live game.
Zombie, and
Trailer
then,
Park King Episode 2, Choplifter HD, Amy, One Chanbara Z, Kagura, Resident Evil Revelations.
Are these the ones that have been released or just ones that were made up?
Well,
hang
the
on.
Zombies on the Phone was a remake of the classic 1995 game Zombies on the Beeper.
Wow.
And what do you do in this game?
Great.
I haven't seen the new one, but in the old one, you get a page and there'd just be zombies that show up.
All right.
Interesting.
And
These
you
are
crowbar
my
them.
list.
And half,
Pineapple Smash Crew, Little Deviants, Zombies Run, Containment, The Zombie Puzzler, Yakuza Dead Souls, Resident Evil, Operation Raccoon City, Disgaea 3. I don't remember their zombies being in Disgaea 3. All Zombies Must Die, Dead Hungry Diner, Dragon's Dogma, Lollipop Chainsaw,
Yeah!
Penny Arcades, On the Rain Slick Precipice of Darkness 3, The Secret World, Tequila Zombies 2. Really?
Okay,
Cheers,
going back
brothers.
to the lollipop
they made
chainsaw.
it.
Deadlight.
Let's-
Hang on. Deadlight, Contagion, God of War Saga, The Dead
That was a
Linger,
movie.
The Sims 3 Supernaturals, Zafe House Diaries,
Oh, I guess
spelled
you got
with
a
a
zombie
Z,
skin.
Resident Evil 6, XCOM, Project X Zone, Trains vs. Zombies 2, Scribblenauts Unlimited, Call of Duty Black Ops 2,
Of course,
I was
yes.
about to say that.
Definitely.
Zombie U, Darts vs. Zombies, Trailer Park King 3DD.
What?
What kind of title is
Trailer
that?
Park King
Who would make up these
3DD.
names?
I don't know. This was
Trailer
from.
Park
These names are terrible.
This was an Xbox
Wait a minute.
title. I want to point that out. Mercenary 1.
Xbox.
Microsoft did not make the
Suspect
game. They
one.
just sponsored it. Okay. Someone
Hang on.
else.
Hey,
Hang
made
on,
the game.
I'm not done yet. The War Z, Yog Ventures, Shack Down. I don't even want to know. Yaiba Ninja Gaiden Z, Under Pressure, The Guided Fate Paradox, Fortnite, Castlevania Lord of Shadows 2, Dead Space 3, Sniper Elite, Nazi Zombie Army, DayZ, Shattered Heaven, Injustice, Gods Among Us. Wait, were there zombies in Injustice?
the
I'm sure there
naming scheme
was.
for this was they just went on a tag cloud.
The
on
Walking
Tumblr for
Dead
some-
Survival.
They're like zombies, girls, chainsaws.
Crowbars.
What, Lollipop Chainsaw? The Walking Dead Survival Instinct, Zombies. I don't think that was a US release. God Mode, Dragon's
It's the
Dogma, Dark
zombies.
Arisen,
It's a Zumba
Dead
zombie
Island
parody.
Riptide, Star Command Plants vs. Zombies Adventures, State of Decay, The Last of Us, OMG HD Zombies, The Walking Dead Season 2, Saints Row 4, Dead Rising 3, Dead State, and coming in
Row 4.
2014,
Friggin'
Dying
Saints Row
Light.
4.
I am personally sick and tired of zombie games.
Ah, are we done now? That list like the whole time.
Yeah, that was the list. It's from Giant Bomb. I
Okay,
did not
going
make
back
this
to
up.
Lollipop Chainsaw. Actually, yes.
I actually pre-ordered
I actually
one
liked the
Lollipop
game.
Chainsaw.
I'm not saying the game wasn't good. I'm just saying I'm tired of zombie titles.
I'm not gonna. I just want to say that out because like I don't.
I'm tired
Anyone
of
knew
first
me.
shooters.
I'm
I
not-
was usually
tired of
hating on it,
historical
but now I'm
shooters.
taking it back. So I'm sorry. I'm taking it back. It was good.
I'm tired of 2D side scrollers.
I'm tired of games. Why are we talking about extra time?
So speaking of games, E3 is going on right now.
Yep.
Monday kicked off with some big press conferences.
Dude,
Some very big press
very
conferences.
big.
Yep. Insanely big.
Yeah.
Now, Ashton, you and I are probably the only two people sitting here who
Yeah.
actually watched parts of the conferences.
I watched
I was
all
too
the
busy
recaps.
working my butt off, guys.
I was working, so I watched the recap.
Hey, yeah, I was going to say, I worked, so I just caught recaps too. I didn't have time to watch them live.
Yeah, I did too.
I totally watched it live.
Yeah. So, what are your thoughts? Let's start with Xbox conference, because that was the kicker.
Okay.
I know, we're not...
Xbox has failed me yet surprised me in the same go. I am still on the Xbox bandwagon. I will never leave the Xbox bandwagon. When I started playing video games as a child, the Xbox 360 was my life. It made me happy in every way I can imagine. It had all the games you could think about that are competitive online. And the online multiplayer is still better than PS3. The gameplay,
paid, so
the
it
people
should
who
be.
play are more experienced, and they're more, no, I would actually say professional, but they're definitely more
No.
skilled at the game.
PC, bro.
To PS3.
Yeah.
Now, PC is
Okay,
a story.
we're not-
we can't
wait,
play
wait.
Halo.
You cannot compare PC to Xbox.
Yeah.
You can't do it. Yeah.
It's
those
like,
are two different
comparing,
realms.
it's like pairing a lion with a Siamese kitten.
Like, see, like, I love League of
Oh,
Legends,
God.
but it would never go on Xbox, and if it does, I would never play it on it.
Yeah, okay.
Let's be honest.
Ashton,
Xbox
why are
is
you
casual
holding
for
your
it.
pillow like you're like at a
Because this pillow is
you
my
have
friend.
issues?
This is Darius'
Well,
pillow right here.
He's
is Darius'
still,
pillow.
he's still distraught
This is
from the
Mr.
press
Pillow.
release Monday.
Yes. Continue with your thoughts on the press release, please.
I'm just
Yes,
lost.
and then you know, that I didn't like the idea of the console being, you know, locked and that people can't share games. Yeah.
But-
People-
Sorry, not to totally interrupt, but here's the thing. I will give Xbox this. They've got a very interesting take on sharing games.
yes.
Not to say, I don't know if you saw the PlayStation thing that
No.
Sony produced. Oh my gosh.
We'll put
Jordan,
a link in.
Yeah, Jordan, please link this. Sony did a little video that goes, here's how you share games on PS4.
Like, say that, yeah. Here.
Thank you!
I just shared him
It's
the
the-
new Gran Turismo game
It's
that's coming out
it's
for
the
PlayStation.
official sharing on PS4. But having said that, a
PS1.
lot of the games are going to be digital. That's something that we know. It's something that's coming. Steam is not perfect. Let me start by saying Steam is not perfect. But
Well, we've
Steam's been great for game users because 75% off digital sales all the time. But you are locked to your own personal account on Steam, and if you have multiple computers like I do, you can only use Steam on one computer at a time. Meaning, I can have it across all of my machines, but if I'm logged on one, I can't be logged in on the other. And I will give Xbox credit; they are going to let family people, and I don't know how they tell, or if it's just people that you designate as family, share your entire library.
Yeah.
That's impressive. I'm not going to lie.
See,
Well, the
if this
reason
was an Xbox One, that wouldn't have happened.
yeah, no.
I would have had to have bought my own digital version.
Yeah, what the frick, man?
But if you guys are on the friends family list, that I think they said up to 10 people, you would have a digital copy, and you would also have a digital copy that you could play.
But the digital copy isn't the same.
Yeah, like what?
It doesn't have the ability to get scratched and covered in...
It's not a game. Sorry, continue.
Anyways.
I wanted to interject. I will give Xbox credit for that because I wish Steam had something like that.
Xbox can't really, think, can be compared to PS4 because it's not going to be a console. It's going to be a box that you put in your house and becomes an entire station network. It's going to have movies, games, video,
It'll
TV,
take over your home.
audio. It will be able to control everything, even when it's offline. Yeah, it's going to be a little bit creepy. The camera's always on. I agree with that. It could, but put a piece of tape over it, you'll be all right.
Forget the creepiness, though. It's $500. I'm sorry.
It's a lot of technology.
It's
Now,
watching your baby
people like to
for
make
you.
bank. They like to throw those hundreds out, like making money.
YouTube money.
YouTube money. Making money.
YouTube money.
YouTube, but
That's what Microsoft's doing, and Bill Gates needs more money because
I'm just
until
still
you can buy a yacht every
Make-
half a
make
second,
money,
he doesn't have enough.
Make money. Make.
I'm holding out for the new
seriously,
Sega
though.
console.
They're marketing it as an entertainment box
Yes.
and not a game machine.
Yes, it's
Like
not
the
just a
Wii.
console.
But here's the thing: they're marketing it at $500 in a tight economy, where the people who want to spend that money are your hardcore gamers.
Yes.
And I feel like I'm not like bad timing. Very bad timing for Xbox.
The thing is, Xbox was fine because there are enough hardcore gamers that will never leave. I personally won't get one because I'm a PC gamer now. But if I was still on Xbox, if there's still plenty of, even though I'm not going to be one of them, that will buy the Xbox and they will make tons of money off it. There's just enough of them.
So you're on the Xbox bandwagon, but you got your laptop in your lap while riding.
Well,
that
yes,
bandwagon.
they're two different things. Like he said, they cannot be compared.
Okay, yeah.
PC wins, and then I think Xbox and PS4 continue for second place always because first place is locked and sealed.
Here's the other thing. What did you guys think about? Did you see any of the game reveals?
I saw a couple of them.
Um,
I'm very
Steven
impressed
Spielberg.
with the I believe it is the Xbox game where you make your own land.
Spark.
Here's that
the
is
thing,
gonna
though.
be. It's like okay, Minecraft is cool and all, but it's okay. They're blocks, all right, guys. They're blocks. It's Legos. Okay,
It
move
gets
on.
old.
It does get old. Move on.
The thing is,
You
I'm
can
not.
only mine for diamonds so long.
Yeah.
Here's the thing about all the games listed. I'm not sure, other than Halo, and I'll talk about that trailer in a second. I'm not really sure how many of those are actual exclusives. Like
They're not very many.
because they opened up with Metal Gear Solid, and they're like, it's an exclusive, and then like half an hour later,
Like, oh,
JK,
it's not.
an exclusive. And I heard Spark might not be an exclusive. I don't
It
know that
shouldn't
for
be.
sure. That's not confirmed.
It'll
I do know.
probably go.
I'm sure.
cross-platform.
Like, I think some of them are timed exclusives. Maybe like they'll have them sold for. A month
That
or-
makes a lot of sense, actually.
But again, I don't know that for sure. I'm conjecturizing at this point.
I mean, if the game company is smart, they would never make anything exclusive.
Yeah, I agree.
I mean, unless they get locked into a really bad contract, that's the only reason they can release the game. Then yeah, but if
Well,
it's a good
there's,
game, it shouldn't be under that type of contract because you should be the one having the rights to talk about,
Like-
not to come and buy
Well,
it.
on the other hand, though, what if it's subsidized? Like, take Journey. That's a PS3 exclusive, paid for by Sony. Look at Bayonetta. That's a Wii.
Halo.
Hang on, I'm coming back to Halo. Bayonetta is a Wii U exclusive, but it was paid for Nintendo. The game wouldn't exist if Nintendo wasn't upfront with the money. So in those cases, I can understand that exclusivity.
But those are exceptions.
Yeah,
And,
no, I agree.
And there's not very many games that will be produced by Sony. Oh, there will be, but I think the games that will be popular won't be produced by Sony.
Okay, let me talk Halo real quick. I am not a Halo player. I will go on record of saying that. I'm not.
I play a decent amount of
fan.
Halo.
A lot of my friends are very big Halo fans. I have nothing against the series. However, watching that Halo trailer, I'm like, oh, what's this? Dude! You know, guy walking in the sand dunes in a cloak, raises this thing in his hand, this giant metal dragon bursts. I'm like, this is gonna be awesome! Breeze, it's Master Chief, and I just went,
It will make
Oh,
an
it's
incredible
Halo.
literal trailer.
Steven Spielberg.
yeah.
Guy walking clothes.
Now-
Sand dunes. Never been Master Pop.
I'm,
But Halo
having
is...
said that, like, I'm glad that there's a Halo. I'm glad that it's an Xbox exclusive, because it traditionally has been.
And it always will be.
I
Or
think it'll be a
Halo.
phenomenal game. I just saw that trailer, and up to that point, I'm like, this is going to be some phenomenal new IP. You know, what is this, some kind of new dragon game or something? And to
A
me,
new zombie game.
to me, I was just no. To me, I was just disappointed.
Halo is zombies.
Which I know that certain people, like the producer who's giving me the evil glare from behind the camera.
No,
Yes,
he's not.
you.
No, he's not.
He's not now. He was earlier. Has a
Called
differing
out.
of opinion on that, but like I said, I'm looking forward to there being a new Halo. I think that's good for the franchise. It's good for the machine.
It's good to keep Microsoft in business after the release.
Oh yeah, and let's be honest, that's
Okay.
probably going to be the biggest selling point for the Xbox for a while, because most of the other games that they had, I don't think are exclusives, or
Yeah.
they're coming to PC. Maybe not PS4, but
Yeah.
they'll come to PC at some
But-
point.
What about Wii?
We'll get to the Wii.
I was just kidding
that
about
was
that.
that was.
The
I was
Wii
not
is like, the
entertaining
Wii
at
is
all.
like the little nephew that's like, hey,
Yes.
hey, listen.
Oh my gosh! The Wii becomes Navi and it just floats around. Listen! Hey, listen!
Basically.
Well, the true reason Wii U still survived also is the same reason Xbox will survive. Xbox will just do better because there's more of them. Is Wii still has its Nintendo fanboys, and has every those little families.
When it has the family, the thing,
Yeah,
like
the
you know, the
family
mom
too.
and dad, it's like.
But
we're
there's
gonna
still
buy
people
you
that
Yeah.
believe the Wii is gonna. There's a bandwagon for it. Because the Xbox bandwagon is so much bigger. They're gonna still
There's
spend a
a
lot of money.
Yeah,
for another
okay, but
generation.
while the Xbox bandwagon is bigger, the IP list for the Nintendo first gen or something for the IPs produced by the company. Sorry, someone else will tell me whatever that word is later.
Battlefield 4: The Second Assault.
What?
They didn't even launch the first assault.
I mean,
what
but-
happened to the first assault?
But like
It was in your mind.
like Nintendo has Mario, which say what you want about it, it's still there, IP that they can release all different kinds of games on. There's Mario, there's Zelda, there's Metroid, there's Castlevania, there's
Castlevania needs to end.
okay, there's Pokemon, there's
Pokemon can't
Pikmin,
end.
Oh god.
It needs to, but it can't.
Pokemon.
Pikmin.
Throw me
I
a
guess
Pokeball.
Bayonetta now, but these things are
What are we gonna bring back Bomberman? Where's Bomberman at?
okay. I love Bomberman. That's at
Throw
least
Bomberman
7,
there?
and I know there's more than 7, but those are all not Nintendo.
Sonic.
Sonic's Sega, dude.
I know.
I'm waiting for the new Sega console,
But
personally.
having said that, though, Microsoft basically
Seriously.
just has Halo as its.
Yes.
We kind of own this license. Nintendo's got at least 7.
The problem with Nintendo stuff though is that there's, especially like the Mario franchise, there's only so much that can be done because
I
you're
agree.
either releasing the original with either better graphics or just the original, or you're creating some spin-off that inevitably ends up being
Hated by everybody.
I don't know. Mario RPG was great. Paper Mario was innovative. I enjoyed it. I wouldn't say it was the best of the series.
Paper
but-
Mario is definitely for 4-year-olds. I'm just gonna say.
What?
Paper Mario definitely appeared to a much younger audience.
Paper Mario?
Oh, sorry. Oh, whatever the one is.
Baker?
No, paper. It's like something like Sorry, there's Mario. It's like they're all like slim. You know what I'm talking about?
Paper Mario.
Paper Mario.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Was it the String Mario?
No, that's
Paper Mario.
There's Paper Mario. I mean, the thing was, it was different.
It was
wasn't
different,
the same
but-
thing.
And there's Fishing Line Mario.
I mean, granted, I'm not a big.
Black and white Mario, vintage Mario.
Well-
I mean, they're gonna be like all this
Okay, if you
underwater
want to go,
Mario.
if you want to go that way, let's
Hipster
start at
Mario.
Pokemon. But let's
I don't want.
Okay, time
Pokemon
out.
should end it
hold
already.
hold it. I'm going back to the Xbox to E3. So Xbox conference finished, and what were your feelings when it was over?
Yes, no.
Okay, fair enough.
Mostly no,
James?
but yes.
Well, here's my thing. I went into it so disappointed, and it was with Microsoft for the way they handled the reveal. And watching the conference or the highlights, I'm like, I'm still not really 100% on board with it, but they did what they needed to do. They focused on the games. I think they did a good job focusing
They
on
will
the
make
games.
monies. Okay.
And then, let's see,
At
the
the end of the
next...
day, they
Bill
make money.
Gates.
Yeah, the next conference I think was E3. I mean EA, and I just watched the highlights. I'm like, it's all sports. It was
Yeah.
Yeah.
it was pretty much all.
Madden.
Madden
2014.
20, 25. No, it's a joke.
Well,
Yeah, at least
Madden
25, like
25.
13 years early.
Yeah, dude, what the frick?
The thing about it is,
I'm just waiting for them to make high school.
they spent all the
like,
time on the
high
sports.
school
Madden
13.
high school.
So yeah, Madden high school, Madden call, yeah.
Madden Riverbend High School. Madden Orange County High School 2014.
And then you can transport your player to the college level, and then you transport into Madden to play
Oh
the
my gosh,
actual
dude.
game.
Okay,
DLC.
I'm
Coming
what I'm about to
soon.
say, I'm stealing from another podcast, so I apologize. But here's where the Xbox has this exclusive deal with the NFL, and apparently this exclusive deal with EA for some of these titles. Why couldn't they have done something with that? Like, hey, here's the new Madden, and after the game you watch on Sunday, you can play that game on your Xbox. Like, here's the team, you're up against the same players. Here's the players you get, you're up against the same roster. Honestly, I think it would have been really interesting for the franchise. I don't play many
The problem
sports
is, I
games.
don't think anyone who actually plays Madden probably watched E3 because they're the kind of people that
Well,
just
no, I agree
Madden's
with
gonna come
you.
out this date, they pick it up, and then they go home, play Madden,
Okay.
drink Corona, and then watch the game on Saturday.
Ironically enough, I used to room with a guy who do just that. But
So I am right.
down to the Corona, down to the Corona even. All right, but having said that though,
Because you're classy.
who tuned into E3, if not them? I would say gamers like us
Yes.
and people in the tech industry.
Yes.
People who probably don't care about sports games.
Or sports, for that matter.
Or
Or
sports.
sports for that matter. So why did EA spend like 80% of their time on all their sports titles, and then like
Because
little
EA doesn't know what they're
15-second
doing.
clips on the good stuff
Because
that
they have
gamers
no
are
idea what
actually
they're
interested
doing.
in.
They have no idea what they're doing.
Oh, why don't you go there and give him a call and tell him what's up?
Yeah, I'll tell them that was Sims 3 too.
I'm waiting for Monopoly, like the zombie version.
Someone give me something to hit him with.
I want
Monopoly, man. Board
like
games.
with Monopoly, how it takes like multiple days to really play.
Yes.
I want like a
Yes.
first-person shooter that's like Monopoly,
Okay,
where
let me
like
point out-
you have to pause, go to sleep, wake up the next day,
Yeah.
come home,
Yeah,
unpause, and continue playing.
Let me point something out to you. Monopoly does not take multiple days to play if you just never stop.
True.
Yeah, I don't have that kind of time.
It was
Sounds
the
accepted.
Round the Table Monopoly podcast.
Especially if you have people who have equal brain
Stubborn
levels.
Yes.
Yeah.
Forget brain levels. At Monopoly, it doesn't become about intelligence. It becomes, I'm too stubborn to quit. That's what it becomes.
Because usually I just get tired of playing and
Yes.
then I trade property for bad deals and
Usually I'm like, it's been 27 hours. You win. I'm going to bed. Granted, that was back in high school. So,
High school. Wow.
yeah. My buddy and I played a 20-something hour game
That
of
is
Monopoly.
my age, dude. I want to do that.
Trust.
No, you won't catch me dead.
No, you don't. Alright, let's, so,
I don't trust
after EA's conference was Ubisoft's, which I actually didn't see.
I did not see the recap of that one, actually.
Okay. So, we won't talk about that one. And then Sony's press conference.
There we go.
Up until Sony's press conference, I was feeling really good about Xbox One, I'm not gonna lie. I'm like, I still don't like the Kinect, I still won't buy one, but at least they focused on the games. And then Sony happened. And it was like,
And Sony was like, I'm gonna let you finish. But no.
it was like watching like the little dude standing in the mountain get hit by an avalanche. That's what it felt like. Sony brought so many games to the table. I was like, I don't even know what I'm watching anymore. I give up.
Well, they needed to, because for a long time, like, since the original Xbox, like, Microsoft has had it going.
Truth.
And I believe, truthfully, like, going on that point, like, back when the PS2 was out, Sony was kind of owning the industry. The Xbox 360 came out, they dominated ever since. And I think Sony is trying to get right back into it and be the lead again.
And boy, are they.
And they're doing a good run for it.
Now let's be fair here to Microsoft. Overall, a lot of the titles that Sony showed aren't exclusives. But the biggest problem with buying a new console is you get it and there's no games you can play on it, especially since none of the consoles these days are backwards compatible.
Yes.
So let's say you go to the store that I love to hate so much, GameStop, and you trade in your old PS3 or your Xbox 360.
And they give
Here's
you
your 50
$25.
But having said that, let's say you get your new console and you get it home, and there's like 3 games that exist for it.
Have fun.
Which, about the trade-in thing, I would say right now where you can get like original Xboxes and stuff for next to nothing, buy one, get a complete set, and keep it away.
That's actually a brilliant
Because
idea.
every console after like 10, 15, 20 years, like now the original Nintendos. or
I know my
something,
PS2 is going to be worth something soon. I am holding on. Like, I dust something every day. Because I go down, here's my Xbox, here's my computer. I open this little cabinet, here's my PS2, and it's like, there's a duster already here. Just, a Sly Cooper? Oh, Sly Cooper. Oh. Put it down in there. Like, Ratchet and Clank. Oh, yeah. Hey, my
Yes.
original first Madden when Madden didn't suck. Oh, there we go. There we go.
Call
Okay.
of Duty? Oh, yes.
No. It's like,
Yeah.
PS2. Okay, now put you back down.
Jack and
Cabinet.
Daxter.
Jack
Because-
and Dexter, I have all
okay,
3 of those
Dexter.
2 for it also, so like, I'm set with the whole games too.
The problem, like the thing with the 360 is it's been out long enough that the early ones, people just play it till it completely falls apart.
Oh yeah, like mine's the
That
same way.
actually
Like
doesn't
mine
take
has to press the power button 3 times to turn it off.
Yeah. So, keep one.
And I bought
but
another one, so I actually
eventually-
own 2
Here's the
right
thing
now.
about the 360 launch. It was horribly handled.
Yeah.
They released so many buggy consoles. Red Ring of Death.
Well,
All I do is take a towel,
Well, they-
and you turn it on, and then you're fine.
They fixed it soon enough, but still, it was poorly
It was
handled.
an easy fix. It really was. Towel trick.
So, I'm a big indie gamer. I like indie games. I like the fact that up till now, PC's kind of been the place to really go. if you like indie games, but
that's changing. Yes.
I'm impressed with Sony's stance on indie. I mean, some of the titles they listed haven't managed to get through Steam Greenlight, and they're like, "Nah, dude, you're gonna be on opening day on PS4." I'm like, that's impressive. That's great for indie developers. I think. I personally feel like indie developers are gonna be the ones who push games from here on out because they're gonna be the ones who are willing to take the risks with some weird creative mechanic. And then the big companies are going to be like, that was great, we're buying your company, so we have that idea. And then, bam, from there.
Like a good game, yeah.
Good games, good huge scale games come out. Because...
let's talk about huge scale. Mm-hmm. And I know this might not be huge scale in your books. Skyrim. Online.
Are you talking about Skyrim Online or Elder Scrolls
Elder Scrolls Online?
Elder Scrolls Online looks pretty dang interesting.
Yeah, and I'm like... You know, thinking back, like, you always wish you're sitting there at home, your buddy might be on the computer over the next room, and you're like, man, I wish we could play this together. This would be so crazy to kill dragons together or whatever. And now it's coming reality. It's something we dreamed about for maybe years. Ever since 4 was out, I was with my brother could play together. Now it's going to finally happen, so I'm really excited for that.
Ever since Oblivion, like Elder Scrolls 4,
yes,
when they had the arena in there.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, the arena would have been beautiful.
Like,
could you imagine taking someone out in the arena, like, online?
Yeah. Like, everyone was like, dude, that would be a perfect place to go online. And then the idea just got hungered for.
What if you just do cluster there? Then you won't have to worry about someone sneaking up behind you because, you know, I know Skyrim, I'm always worried about the spiders being behind me. Yeah. I'm sure everyone else is the same way. When you turn around, something's in your face, you almost, like, have poop in your pants. You gotta be like, oh, God. Yep, something in there.
Well, then Skyrim Online, you know, you take an arrow to the internet connection.
I used to be a gamer like you. And then I took an arrow.
Wait, no.
So, yeah, no, that does look interesting. I'm not a big MMO player either, although, like gaming started as 2D side scrollers, and it's kind of moved from there. And we've had the big FPSs, we've had the big 3PSs, we've had MMOs have been big. I think. The current coming big thing. Of course, I'm an RTS player, but we're hit and miss depending on release schedules. But the big thing right now are your MOBAs.
Yes.
Your Dotas. Go ahead.
League of Legends, baby.
You
can't face me in that game. Don't even try. Just quit. Let me be challenger already.
Your Hawken or your Hawk is in that game.
Smite game, first person league, basically. Good ripoff. Yeah, I know you did. Smite game. Cheaters. It's the same map. Like, literally, if you take the map Smite game, download it, and you walk around, the camps are in the same place. There's the same amount of lanes. There's the same amount of turrets in the same lanes. They each have inhibitors.
To be fair,
they have a nexus.
Okay,
this is League in a first person with gods all religions, basically.
Time out.
They even have the same buildings.
Time out. Backtrack. League stole from Dota.
Well, no, Dota was dark and like a model. It was
League stole from Dota.
It was the grandfather, right? But we changed up to like.
And Dota stole from Blizzard's Warcraft 3.
Oh, yes, but at least League looked different. Okay, the only thing that the Smite game did different than League did was make it first person. Other than that, they should have left all the original characters in there.
They just stole their clothing right off their back, man. They
really
just stole everything.
Now, I like the.
If you look in the source code.
Actually,
I'm sure the source code is the same.
Was it Smite? One of them stole from League of Legends to the point where they stole the terms of service, where the terms of service even has League of Legends listed in the TOS.
I'm sure.
I don't remember who it was, so don't quote me when I say Smite, because I don't want to be, trash talking them like it's not their fault. But I do remember.
No, honestly, it probably was Smite, and just hate Smite anyways. Like, Smite is fun if you really don't care and you just really want to laugh at how bad people are creating their own games. Because they have to steal from someone else. That is when you play Smite.
All right.
Which is never.
But anyway, there's a bunch of new ones coming. I personally you're the more serious player.
I'm a very serious player.
I play League of Legends. Most of the serious players are either Dota or LoL.
I've noticed Dota dying. Honestly.
Dota 2.
I'm just laughing at the
still
words. Dodo.
It got a little bit hype, but you notice that it's pretty low on the views. If you go on Twitch.tv, any other gaming site streams, Dota's still really low. StarCraft is obviously getting better. They've released Swarm recently.
Yeah.
Semi-recently.
Is StarCraft 2 leading LoL or is
No,
LoL
that was the recent thing. There was an article recently how League of Legends actually is getting more players and viewers than StarCraft. So if you go on Twitch, is the best way to really look at it.
Here's
Twitch is the most visited.
Here's the thing about that. Well, that's another point, but we'll come back to that. With the whole StarCraft versus LoL. Should I just say League of Legends so James doesn't choke on his drink?
That's what it sounds. That's what it's acronym for.
Yes, League of Legends. LOL. LOL.
It's called LOL.
Okay.
Laugh
Okay,
out loud,
this is probably like a joke that was like 3-5 years ago, and then I just get it like right now.
How long has League been out?
League's been out for 3 seasons. We're on season 3 right now.
Thought it was longer than that.
Yeah, everyone tweet me your patch comments on how you think that new patch went through, by the way, for season 3, 3.8 patch.
And they would tweet that too.
Ashton Law.
We will link that in the description below.
No, just
Hashtag YOLO.
Hashtag
Watch me in my
Selfie
top
Sunday.
lane solo. See? I actually say
Hashtag
that.
swag. Swag-a-wagon.
hashtag no makeup, no edit.
Hashtag double kills.
Hashtag long hair, no
Hashtag
Hashtag
no
getting turrets.
I am using my powers of host to chop that there. Let's go back onto the point.
Hashtag mad to me.
Hashtag team fat.
StarCraft 2 versus League of Legends.
Okay, let me put this. As a League of Legends player, I will admit that StarCraft takes a bit more skill. As a solo... Okay, let me put it this way. People who play... If you ever play alone better...
I'm not talking about...
I want to say this just
Okay,
for the record,
okay.
though. StarCraft, if you are better alone, you'll do better StarCraft. League takes teamwork, so if you don't have that, you're going to be better at StarCraft. Though I do admit on a solo level, StarCraft is a bit more complexity, but really teamwork in all sports is something you really look for, which is why I think League will be more popular.
Madden
I agree
13?
with you, like, wow.
FIFA 2013.
I don't follow much of the esports action, but does StarCraft show
Nor
a
does
lot
anyone.
of the multiple matches? Like the
No.
2v2s? See, I think they're missing out a lot there because that enables you to have that kind of team camaraderie that you get with League of Legends.
Well, StarCraft is basically chess for video games. That is our version. Like, if you want, if 2 gamers were to challenge each other to chess, they wouldn't say chess. They would say StarCraft. That is that one-on-one, my troops, my build, the way it goes versus yours, and how better I can do it. And that's how much better I can do it than you. That's why 1v1 is the most respected one.
I
2v2s
agree.
is just kind of like, oh, now we're just going to share forces and just have a big, huge fight, see how it goes.
But again, I think that leads the way for a lot of team strategies that's really been missing out from the from the scene.
I just the game just doesn't really. I don't know. It doesn't really show it. And I guess I'd have to ask other people, but I haven't seen it. And my friends, I agree, probably haven't seen a lot of.
No,
teamwork
that's what I'm
happening
saying.
in
I haven't
StarCraft.
seen it. I would like to. I think that would.
Yeah, I don't know.
Well, I would like to at least see how it goes.
Meanwhile, at the Sony conference, an example of teamwork. They have this like big group of people like playing like Ring Around the Rosie or something like that.
I don't know.
Meanwhile, at the Microsoft conference,
Our teamwork is not
Chirp,
working.
There's
chirp,
lots of
chirp,
breathable
chirp,
air.
much breathable air, and they made it pretty easy to decide which console.
Maybe.
Maybe.
I don't know yet. You don't know.
Unless you're a Halo fan. And otherwise, you'll be
So currently, League of Legends is leading Twitch. So this is actually. I'm not going to touch much on this since it's kind of pre-E3. But Blizzard canceling or revamping Project Titan, the unknown project, and they're saying they're shifting a lot of their assets around. I'm guessing a lot of that is going to Blizzard All-Stars, which is their answer to Dota and League of Legends. I'm curious to see.
I don't think
releasing
it'll
a new
work,
Warcraft
but I'm
match.
waiting. I'm not going to give up great hope on it.
Here's the thing, though. I grew up playing
Dota.
like Blizzard games. I would totally be in that. But again, we'll see. I'm not gonna. We'll see.
Well, of all MOBAs, I always try all the MOBAs, so I'm not gonna say anything until I try it. I still have very good hopes for it.
So having said that, you being the serious mobile player, I'm the more casual. I like Alcemats. It's a 2D side scroller, and I know you're not into it. I have fun.
there's not enough death.
There's lots of death.
I am an example that there is no limit to the amount of death.
So one of our friends,
You're doing
one
it
of
wrong.
Lauren's and ours friends, and he and I play. He's much better than I am, and I'm decent.
And I'm
But
much worse than everyone
Lauren,
else.
it was Lauren's absolute first night of playing, and the KD ratio was. It was not. It was bad. I'm just gonna leave it at that.
I celebrated when I got my first kill about 4 games in.
Yes. It was bad.
Basically, my KD ratio was that of most people's death to kills ratio.
Alright, so that, I'm just gonna wrap
People rock that.
wrap that section up there. You know, we've kind of gone a little bit along with the games, but E3, yeah, I'm getting to that. Give me a second.
What is that?
Nintendo did their own conference, announced a few things. It's kind of the boost that the Wii really needs. I don't know if it's going to be enough, but there are enough Smash Brothers lovers who will probably be willing to get the system on that alone. So we'll see. We will see. I have my doubts.
Is music next?
Music's not next. Actually, the next thing on is Halo TV. It's a thing. All right.
Steven Spielberg!
Just no.
No, see, I'm with Lauren. Just no.
Just, I gotta give it like one of those. I'm gonna give it a chance.
Just
And
moving
if it
on.
impresses me, I'll say yes. If
I'm just
doesn't,
gonna
I'll
watch
say
it
no.
and
Why don't
embrace
you
Steven
say what it is for
Spielberg.
the people who don't know what it is?
Well, here's the thing. I don't know what it is.
It's
Because
basically gonna
really,
be,
how much did they talk about it? Hey, it's a new Halo thing, and it's a TV series, and Steven Spielberg's going to be directing it, and that was pretty much all they told
Just
us.
drink some Halo 3 Edition Mountain Dew Game
Or you
Fuel
could just,
while eating Halo Edition Doritos and,
Yeah.
and sitting in your
Doritos, Locos, Tacos,
while wearing your Master Chief helmet.
I mean, really, you could just put Red vs. Blue up there and change the graphics. That'd just be better, let's be honest.
Dude, what if they actually did that?
Yeah, so
I would
redid
laugh
all the animations
so
and made Red
hard.
vs. Blue. That would've been... I would love that. I would buy that.
So-
right away, I'd buy
Falling
it.
Skies on iTunes is for free. The first season premiere is free on iTunes.
Of what? The Halo TV series?
Yeah.
That's what I was going to ask, because I haven't been following this, so I didn't know if what they're... If
We're
they're
getting
only
hype on it.
distributing it to the Xbox, or if it was going to go through
It's
all
on
channels.
iTunes, man.
Well, so at least multiple
Crazy.
channels, so...
Yeah.
And Microsoft wishes it could have been on the Zune thing, but no. Just no.
It probably is if there's actually a Zune store. Is there a Zune store?
At one point there was.
No, yeah. Oh well.
So
I would
let's-
bother to look it up, but
I have to mention this. I don't really. I do have a few things to say about it, but not that much. But so the Apple keynote just happened. Lauren is our resident Mac fan in the room,
yeah.
and they announced the new Mac Pro.
They updated the MacBook Air as well. The
Yeah, I saw that.
13-inch version has 12 hours of battery life. In that much.
Yeah, he has a MacBook Air. I got to admit that is impressive because it runs well.
Yeah.
During that time, like my laptop will go about an hour at high performance, and then it's just dead.
And you have what on again?
I've got a i5.
Okay.
I mean,
I mean-
mine's
I mean-
2 years old now, and it's got an i7.
Yeah.
And
I'm gonna say what my grandfather told me, and it's a reference to cars. The Asians do it better. So Toshiba.
Okay,
Anything like that.
Okay, time out. Having said that, no, I'm not gonna. Well, no, I am gonna say that I have not had luck with Toshibas.
That's unfortunate for you because I've had the best Toshibas
I've had
in the
luck with
world.
other Japanese brands.
They're cheap. They run. They always work, and mine
And
have
they're
never had
cheap.
problems.
and they're cheap.
And they're cheap. Yeah, $380. I got a quad core with all its RAM. It can run everything. You know,
Let's
just-
go. Okay,
Mm.
time out on the Toshiba. Let's go. What the heck?
Just poured a whole can of Pepsi all over myself.
Oh wow.
I thought
Classy.
I thought the drink thing was in the center, but it was on the side, so it all went on my cheek instead of in my mouth.
Brilliant. All right, let's go back to Apple keynote because I only caught bits and pieces. Lauren, you follow more. Go ahead, break the news.
The new Mac Pro that came out looks like a trash can. And it's about... Well, it's not been officially released. They just sort of teased it. It's about yay big.
9 inches tall.
Yeah.
Is that official?
It has...
Is it a box?
No, it's like a...
It's a cylinder.
It's
It,
cylinder.
it literally looks like a cylinder.
It's about this big around and like that tall. And it's got 12-core Intel...
And this is a processor.
12 core
Well,
Xenons.
Yeah. Let me...
Xbox in the competition now. New box.
And it's got a... Let's see... The biggest thing that people don't like about it is that it's been taken away from the traditional
Mm-hmm.
desktop PC box.
Mhm.
And so you have a lot of people complaining. Well, I followed a thread, and everyone was complaining that it can't be rack mounted, so used as a server, which is a big thing. Although, frankly, in the space that you could rack mount 2 or 3 of them, you could have like 12.
Yeah.
So
It's small. It's some of the tech's impressive. Some of what they said about it, I think, is a little pretentious. But then almost
It's
anything
Apple.
that I was gonna say, pretty much anything Apple says, I usually feels very pretentious. But I know one of their press releases was, "This will be the last machine you'll need for the next 10 years." I'm like, really, guys? I'm not gonna deny a 12-core processor is pretty awesome. I'll give them credit there. But the way technology's advanced just in the last
Well, there's a
4
law, and
years-
I forget the name of the law now. I learned in school. Computers
Oh,
advance every 2 years. Every
2 years, it either becomes twice as fast or twice as cheap or
Yeah.
something.
something like that. So
And-
you're like,
and sometimes both.
New. But yeah,
At the same time.
I mean,
Toshiba's the first to.
the biggest things with the new Mac Pro is that the flash memory, rather than being on a like SATA interface, it's basically wired directly into the board. So you get about a gigabit read and write speeds with the solid state drives versus
Okay.
even the fastest SATA drives are like
Hey
500
Max, can you
meg.
play games yet? Oh, that's sad.
Hey, Max can run
Let's
LOL.
see.
They can run LOL now. We finally accommodated you. Thank Riot. Get down on your knees.
I mean,
Right.
basically top level RAM as far as speeds and all that.
Did they list amounts of RAM yet?
I
I mean, they already have an insane amount of RAM available in their systems.
Yeah, I mean, the people who are going to be buying these are the, graphic designers, video
Well, always.
editors,
It's Apple. Yeah.
the 10 people who game on Macs,
I think you're being generous in that.
and
You can play LOL
like,
still.
music producers, that
Oh,
kind
yeah.
of thing. The whole point is it's like a supercar, it's this excessive, but,
Honestly, I wouldn't call it a supercar.
I mean, it's
It's nice.
Yeah.
Let's leave it at that.
it's excessive.
It's nice.
basically.
It is excessive.
You can get away with an i7 or even 2 of them, and you're in this ballpark with performance. But
Well, all right.
Do.
Anything else? Let's go back. Anything
Something
else?
I know about, like
the new
music
OS
storytelling.
10, well, iOS 7 is coming out, and
Homies.
basically they're getting rid of all the what's called
Chocolate pudding.
skeuomorphic. I
Children.
think that's how it's pronounced.
Talking.
Design basically like the best way to describe that would be like in the Notepad app where it looks like an actual notepad, stuff like that. So they're getting rid of that and going for a flat.
It's about time.
And so
It looks like a cartoon.
well, it looks like
Wait, the new one looks like a
You look like
cartoon?
a cartoon.
no, it looks like the previous Google. Like
Oh,
Yeah.
really?
Yeah, it looks old school Google.
no, it looks like the
All right.
no.
That's it.
Like,
I'm switching back to Android. Screw this.
Frankly, it looks like the Android OS except it's white instead of black.
That's the new iPhone.
Well, the new iOS and some of the cool
Okay,
stuff about
wrap-
it is it will take advantage of the
Members of
gyroscope
the panel,
and-
raise your hand if you actually care about Apple.
One.
Keyboard player.
All right, members of the
Keyboard.
panel, raise your hand if we'd like to move on to the next
Oh,
session.
that though. Yeah.
All right. You got
Man.
10 seconds to wrap up your Apple.
the gyroscope
Ten.
will allow you to
No.
interact with like when you turn it because it's flat, it will create depth through angling the phone. Will show different layers and things like that. So
Two,
that's the 10-second
Interesting.
description.
one.
All right. Interesting. All right. So,
Live
Yeah.
on bananas.
nice. Congratulations, Apple Mac. It's nice to see that you guys are still continuing to innovate after Steve Jobs' passing. We wish you good luck. And I'm still switching to Android.
As if they respect that.
And make a 13-inch Retina display MacBook Pro with dedicated graphics, please.
Steven Spielberg.
Steven Spielberg personally asked for it.
All right. Let's see. You've had a good talk. You've had a nice talk, James. What do you bring to the table
Music.
other than Pepsi?
Music.
Sponsor.
Sponsored.
Okay. So what?
Yeah,
I keep showing my
Oh yeah.
next podcast. I'm putting tape over this.
So I was on Facebook and I saw. Don't judge me because I don't know what this movie's about like at all. I have no ties.
We're going back
or
to
references.
Wait. Time out for the judgment stare.
I was on MySpace.
Okay. I got an email from MySpace today. I I don't even use MySpace. I thought it was gone.
This is a story.
It is gone.
And this
Supposed to
is
go
showing
straight.
what's
It only
wrong
talks
with
to
your
other gone
spam
people.
filter.
Oh,
Sorry.
all right. Sorry. Go ahead.
So I was on Facebook, and don't take this moment to judge me.
Alright,
Because I saw
that
an
like 10 minutes ago.
Because I saw an advertisement on the side that said that was advertising The Last Exorcism Part 2.
The what?
The Last Exorcism Part 2.
It's out on DVD now.
Now look.
Straight to DVD.
Now look. What happened to the very last exorcism? Like, is this the second to last
It's the
exorcism?
same exorcism.
Like,
it's the same one.
like
it's
the
just
last
the ending of
exorcism.
it.
Then he
The
was like,
second
"Oh
one.
wait, I didn't really."
The
exercise."
second last exorcism.
Whatever. Horror movies.
How do they make the Exorcism movies longer than 5 minutes? Like, you go in, you exercise, and you're done.
Dude, the first Exorcist movie was terrifying. I'm not even gonna lie.
Oh, someone saw it. Okay.
Well, what was that movie that made fun of Paranormal Activity?
Paranormal Activity Part 2.
No,
3.
that too.
18?
Yeah, what?
It was legit comedy. It had the guy who was like stand-up comedian.
This is Saw 37
Yeah,
Halloween Part 9.
dash 12 part 3
Well,
dot
Scream
four.
movie on-
Nightmare on Elm Street
Scream
48.
7, and then
Do you guys remember
like,
that scene in Back to the Future where he goes to the future and then there's the advertisement for Jaws 46 or something?
No, is that seriously in
Yeah.
there?
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
Fast and
Yeah,
Furious
yeah.
32 and a half.
Yeah,
version 2.
it's only the Jaws.
Patch 1.2.
The further Jaws movies are just deleted scenes from like all
Yeah,
the animal shows
probably.
where it's like, oh, I'm swimming on the shark.
So, okay, going back to what you said about The Last Exorcism, which, by the way, was released on March 1st of this year and is already on DVD, Rotten
That's like when I
Tomatoes...
was born, dude.
Rotten Tomatoes gave it 1 star with a 17% like rating.
What's the
Well, come on!
What's
If
the
you
lowest?
do The Last Exorcism over again, because it's not going to be as good. I mean, come on.
What's the lowest rated movie on Rotten Tomatoes?
Yeah.
Spider-Man 3.
I think I remember it's some like kids movie, and it
Milo and Otis.
oh that whoever
I don't know. I don't know how to figure out how to work this thing on the iPad. I'll have to look it up for next time. That'll be on next podcast.
Yeah, it's the worst
Next
movie
podcast,
ever.
we're going to look at Rotten Tomatoes and see best and worst movies of all
Great
time
Gatsby?
and see if we enjoy...
Come on, dude. It's somewhere in the middle.
Great Gatsby's at 50%. It is literally right in the middle.
Oh, good call. Good call.
What was that?
Good call.
It's like when we decided to talk about Skyrim, or you just brought it up, I was just like, yes,
Something
I did something right.
All right, well, we're going to wrap this episode up. Please join us next time as we talk about some Rotten Tomatoes. We'll probably look at some more gaming news, and we'll see what's current.
and we'll blabber incoherently.
League's always current, by the way. A little section every time.
Maybe that can be your segment. You tell us what's going on with League of Legends.
That could be too. Curse, not Curse. TSM lost. How could you?
So I'd like to thank my co-hosts, Lauren, James,
Yeah.
the little monkey thing, and Ashton here. Thank you to our producer, Jordan. Check us out. Follow our Twitters. Are you guys... You're on Twitter.
I'm too young
Yes.
for Twitter.
You're
I was
not on
born
Twitter.
last year.
You're on Twitter.
I'm on Twitter.
Hi.
If you see us on Steam or
Follow
playing
my
a game,
Zynga.
give follow my Flutter. To anyone who actually remembers
My
the
DeviantArt
Flutter,
Guys,
blog
I am
thread.
blowing up Friendster.
MySpace, it's coming back.
No, MySpace was too mainstream.